다 내려갔나? 혹시 내 팔찌 차고 있어요?
네. 나 안 그래도 주려고 그랬는데 여기서 보이.
그럼 드릴 거예요. 그쵸.
그래서 이제 숨기 이렇게 또 빨리 빼려고 그래.
이거 커피 마시라니까.
편해 보여. 네 집 같아. 버렸어? 엑소소에서 버렸어?
있어.
뭐야? 진짜? 응. 왜 나오나?
왜 그러지? 난 이제 왜 버텨야 하나?
까먹는 거 아니야?
이걸 까먹어요?
I just want to say thank you to everyone who's taken the time to comment, even when we disagree. I really value how mindful and considerate most of you have been. And I've noticed something about people who watch Korean dating shows, not all, just some. The moment they start watching, they pick their favorite person so fast, it's like instant loyalty mode. And when someone like me comes along to analyze the show and give honest opinions that don't necessarily favor their fave, suddenly, I'm public enemy number one. They jump into the comments like the bias police, ready to correct every thought I have, as if my job here is to only say nice things about their fave, even when that person is clearly in the wrong. But if that's what you're expecting from me, then sorry, you're on the wrong channel. I don't do that. If you've been following me for a while, you already know that I say things as I see them. I always try to be respectful, but I won't twist my words to please anyone. So when you're writing your comments, just keep it respectful too. I genuinely appreciate every perspective, but hateful or disrespectful comments will not be tolerated. Hate is a strong word. I don't hate anyone. I analyze, I observe, I discuss logically. Alright, with that said, let's dive into Transit Love 4 Episode 8. Baekhyun, YunNyung and Hyunji's connections. Plus a little rumor about JaeHyung. So at the beginning of this episode, everyone was shocked to find out there's an extra room in the house that had been blocked by a wall this whole time, until JaeHyung showed up. While everyone rushed to explore this room, two people stayed behind in the living room, YunNyung and Baekhyun. And instantly, they started talking about the bracelet, the same one he asked her to try on during their date earlier in the day. She'd mentioned that she doesn't really wear accessories besides necklaces, and he told her that he's been wearing his bracelet for years, never taking it off, which, instantly, tells me that okay, he's wearing a white gold bracelet. Then he asked her if she wanted to try it on. Now, here's where people online got it twisted. He never said, I'm giving this to you. He just said, try it on, and when she wanted to give it back, he told her to keep it for now. That's temporary, not a gift. So when I saw people saying, why did he take his bracelet back? I was like, did we watch the same scene? It was never a gift. He only lent it to her. And honestly, it makes sense. It would have been inappropriate to give it to her permanently while his ex is still in the house. Imagine how that would have looked. Anyway, back to that scene between Baekhyun and YunNyung. He asked her about the bracelet, and this moment was surprisingly sweet. While YunNyung was hurriedly trying to remove the bracelet, his approach was slower and gentler. It made their chemistry feel natural and genuine, not forced. The way she quickly handed it back, the small touches, that quiet excitement between them, everything felt so real. I think she gave it back to him so quickly because they were trying to be secretive, not wanting to get caught by the other housemates. That secrecy, combined with their chemistry, made the scene even more thrilling to watch, including their cute moment on the stairs. For the first time, Baekhyun and YunNyung actually made me feel excited just watching them. If there was ever a moment that made me believe their relationship could become something real and serious, this was it. Then we cut to the chopping board exchange scene, and we see JaeHyung watching them closely. That's when it hit me, okay, yeah, he is probably YunNyung's ex. At first, when JaeHyung entered the house, I didn't think she was his ex because she looked too calm, almost as if she was disappointed that her ex hadn't arrived yet. But that look he gave her when Baekhyun gave her the blankets. The silent observation from JaeHyung. Yeah, that said a lot. Expression on his face when he passed them by the stairs. That was the point that I felt okay, the rumors might be true, he probably is YunNyung's ex. We also learned more about JaeHyung. He majored in robotics engineering but later switched careers to become a barista. And apparently, people online went digging after the episode aired. Turns out he used to work part-time at a Kwabeji shop, also known as a twisted donut shop, near an all-girls high school, and he was so handsome that people literally lined up to see him. He even earned the nickname Kwabeji Cha-eun-wo, meaning he was the Cha-eun-wo of that twisted donut shop, lol. How cute is that? So, yeah, the man had local celebrity energy even before the show. Anyway, back to Baekhyun. After all those cute moments with YunNyung, he suddenly went to his ex's room, pretending he was just there for the vacuum cleaner. And I'm calling this a pretense only because of what he said to Yushik before he went to that room. He only went there to disturb them, and might I add, probably to also check out his ex's beautiful face, ha ha ha. Baekhyun teased him, saying, "You look so happy today," and he replied, "I'm always happy." But then, something weird happened. His ex, Hyunji, stepped out of the room, and instead of following her, he stayed behind talking to Baekhyun, and even closed the door, lol. This man is crazy OML. That moment actually made me feel bad for Hyunji. Obviously, she was no longer at the door when he shut it. Still, one thing is clear, he knew that staying back in that room would have made Hyunji upset or jealous. Remember, he went on his first official date with Baekhyun. He didn't even text with her that day to acknowledge their date, but all of a sudden, he shuts the door after his ex stepped out of the room, making silly jokes with Baekhyun, like, "How did you enjoy our first date?" Like, bro, what the heck? He didn't text her that day after their date, and then suddenly he's interested to know about how she felt about their date. Baekhyun is funny. At this point it's beginning to feel real that truly, Hyunji might have been the one to invite him on the show. Because it's giving power play. It almost feels like he's testing Hyunji. He probably thought she wanted him back, so he wanted her to work really hard for it while making her jealous to chase after him. But what I don't get is that he broke up with her, so he shouldn't be working this hard to make her miserable. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for now, and assume that he is unaware of some of his actions and how his actions affect her, but it's messy. Later, she caught up with him while he was heading to the bathroom, and he called her to the terrace. She finally broke down and told him how frustrated she's been. An intense moment happened when his newly adopted, or should I say, supposed, twin brother, Yushik, started looking around for him. The intensity of how Yushik kept searching for Baekhyun was a bit shocking to me. It almost felt like these two were the real couple in the house. Like, tell me, what kind of connection makes Yushik suddenly start looking for Baekhyun like a worried lover laughing my ass off? Their bromance is real. Or maybe, he suspected Baekhyun was with Hyunji and wanted to confirm it. Maybe he had a hunch they were exes, or he just wanted to see if he and his brother happened to like the same girl. Then came the emotional part. Hyunji asked if he threw away her letter. He said no, he still had it. And if you've seen my earlier video, you already know I called that. He agreed when she suggested that he said he threw it away because he didn't want people to think he was still hung up on his ex, and he added, it was also because he wanted both of them to be free. But he admitted he regretted saying it. Guys, all I see here is that this man was deeply in love with Hyunji. He loved her so passionately, but they had a bad breakup, but since time is the healer of wounds, that attraction he used to feel for her is definitely back, but he is guarded because he doesn't want to get hurt again. Then we got to the late night moment. After the terrace talk, he asked her to meet him again at 3 a.m. by the entrance, since the place is more secluded and more private for them to have a chat. He reminded her again to meet at 3 a.m., and she was like, okay, and she seemed pretty excited. But when the time came, she waited alone for over 20 minutes. He never showed up. His excuse. people were in his room. At first, I thought he forgot. I was furious. But later, we learned he didn't forget, he just couldn't leave without raising suspicion. I felt a lot better, because forgetting would have made him look like a real loser to me. Still, he should have found some way to meet up with her and reschedule. I do understand that my guy might be paranoid that everybody in the room might just disperse if one person left the group, somebody might come looking for him again, and if they come looking for him, they might see him by the entrance chatting with his ex. Which is what he's trying to avoid. But hey, he was really hesitant, and it was frustrating to watch. If he had found some way to tell her they should reschedule, or that he couldn't make it, that would have cleared a lot of misunderstandings, but he didn't do that. The misunderstanding grew even more during the group chat. That's why I think these two aren't meant to be together. They misread each other constantly, and their communication just doesn't match or gel. Let's compare his communication skills between him and his ex to YunNyung. The very first time that YunNyung invited him out on a date, he kept asking her why they should go out on a date. YunNyung didn't take it so hard or get pissed off, instead, she found it cute. But if Hyunji had been in that situation, I'm pretty sure she would have been upset immediately. Even I was annoyed at his first response, and I'm just watching from the screen lol. So it seems everybody just needs someone who understands them, and I think YunNyung is someone who's truly accommodating to Baekhyun's flaws. This might be a sign that they're a good match. But every conversation this man has had with his ex shows that they are not compatible at all. This opinion of mine, once again, was proven during the group chat scene, which I will also discuss in my next video, so please look forward to it. What are your thoughts about this? Do you think Baekhyun is more attracted to YunNyung or to his ex Hyunji? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe so you'll get notified as soon as I upload the next one. See you soon, bye.